going to be getting your own palette, and these are used, yes. And you're also going to be getting 2 paint brushes, and I'm going to give you a bag for your palette, and this is going to go in your locker so you can save your paint, okay?
Okay.
And then your brushes, there are no other brushes out. The only brushes you have access to are your brushes. So when you are done using them, you need to clean them out well, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then in addition, if you store your paint brushes in a bag, that'll help keep the bristles from getting dry. And if there is still paint stuck in them, it won't harden, okay? So the nicer you keep your paint brushes, the nicer they're going to be for you to use. So to set up your color wheel, initially, I'm not going to show you the bottom part today. I'm just going to show you the color wheel part. So initially, the only thing you're going to need is red, yellow, and blue. When you get down to this, you're going to need black and white for one of them. All right? So to get your paint, it's over here. And I put red, yellow, and blue in a triangle. And I get way less red than I do yellow or blue. And that one dried up. Let me go the quick way. And I'll try to clean these before you guys use them. So the biggest thing you're doing over here is trying not to dump too much paint. All right. So the other thing you're going to need is a container for water. When you paint, no matter what kind of paint you're using, except for oil, you always need to have a dish of water beside you. While you're over here, also grab some paper towel. Paper towel is to clean your brushes, okay? The water is to rinse out your brush between each color, and the paper towel is to clean it off. Sometimes you may need to go over to the sink to do your paintbrush stuff. All right, so all I have is red, yellow, and blue, and that's what's going to get it done. Now, here's another thing. Can I use your pencil? Thank you. All right, these all look kind of the same, right?
Right.
So it's going to be really important that you put your name on it. And we're going to put these in a drying rack. So put your name on the end so you can see it. I'm even going to put it on both ends. Okay? So oh, that's another thing the paper towel is for. I just accidentally got some red on my yellow orange. But the good news, it wasn't red on my green. Because yellow orange has some red in it, doesn't it? So I can probably cover it up. So it'll probably be okay. All right, so to start off, I would go ahead and fill in. Now this is a new brush, so it's a little stiff. So you may need to rinse it out. They put some sort of glue on them to keep them stiff so they don't all fall apart. So I want you to paint this whole area. I want you to get in there, and sometimes you even need to do 2 layers, but I want you to get from line to line and get in, paint everything, okay? Now you can tell as I paint this on that yellow is very weak, isn't it? And this yellow in particular is a really sort of a light hue, which just means a light color. So now I'm washing out my brush. And I want to make sure it's nice and clean. I never put my palette on my painting, okay? Because it could be dirty and you just don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to paint on red. And the key to painting really is, one thing is how nice you keep your brush. If you have a crappy brush, it's really hard to paint nicely. That's why I'm giving you brand new ones that you have to take care of. You don't want to get too much or too little. And these brushes have a really nice point that allows you. Now I'm going to start moving a little bit more. No yawning. I don't.
Why?
Because we are all empathetic people and it will make us yawn also. Have you guys ever tried that? Have you ever tried yawning in front of your dog? I did. My dog yawned. I yawned in front of her and she yawned. Because dogs have empathy too. Okay. Okay, now I want to go ahead and smooth it all out. And now I'm going to clean my brush again. Now, when you're doing this, if you want to work with your neighbor on making colors, I'm totally cool with that. Everybody's doing their own color wheel, but if you need help mixing a color, like for example, when you get to violet, violet is very difficult. It's really tricky. So if you and a partner want to go ahead and mix it together and then figure out what's the best color, that's cool. Okay, I think you're getting the notion of how neatly I want you to paint it. I'm going quickly, and I could probably go a little bit neater if I go a little slower, but I don't want you guys to watch me paint for an hour. Okay, so I'm just gonna start putting in colors lightly now. When I mean lightly, not filling up the whole thing. Okay, so now I just have to decide what I want to mix first. I think I'm gonna go with my yellow and red side. So I'm gonna go ahead and after I do the primary colors, I want to make the secondary colors. So I'm gonna make orange. And when I do this, you can even use the other side of your paintbrush if you want to put it in there. I don't like doing that. I just use my brush. I think that just makes everything a little bit messier, but if you find a better way to do it, that's great. Everybody paints a little differently. I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 times more yellow than red, because red is so strong. And I'm gonna ask for you guys' help. Tell me when I get to orange. Do you think it's orange or closer to red orange?
I think it's orange.
What do you guys think?
I think it's red.
I can usually get colors pretty quickly. I don't think it's red orange. I think it's orange. But if you're not sure, this is just your guide. You want to make sure it's all mixed up. I saw some yellow in my brush. And I can go out here and see what I think. And I think that's a good orange. So we're gonna pretend like I painted the whole thing. And now I'm gonna go to yellow orange, because if I make red orange first, it's gonna take so much yellow to get it back to yellow orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and, in fact, I'm gonna take my yellow and put it over here. And I may have enough orange on my brush to make yellow orange, not quite. I'm gonna grab in a little more orange. So now I have my orange and I have my yellow right there. So I can look and see if this is in between those two. And I think I need a little bit more orange, not a lot. And now I can put it in here, and I see that I need to mix it a little better. Okay, you think yellow orange?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, now red orange. This is my last orange, so I can go ahead and add red to my orange because I don't need it anymore. I won't need to make it again unless I go down here and use orange. So I'm gonna add red to my orange. And red is so strong, I think that was enough. And I can test it up here. A little bit more orange.
Yeah.
And I already used all my orange, so I'm just gonna grab my yellow orange and put it in there. And I can already tell that's not, that's not red orange enough, so I'm gonna add some yellow. Because remember, yellow is so weak. In fact, I'm gonna pull this over here. Okay. I think I got it. Red orange?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get this all off my brush. Now I'm gonna wash my brush. And then I can go, I think I'm gonna go to green. Now you gotta watch it. I'm a messy painter, so I have to be really careful when I dip into that color. So I'm gonna go to green. And there's some orange in there. So at this point, you may need to go get some more yellow. And that's fine. Get what you need. Yeah, there's a little bit of orange in there. So I'm gonna go grab some more yellow, because I need some clean yellow. And these colors will always be up there for you to use, okay? All right.
Ooh.
So I grabbed a new yellow. Now I'm gonna make sure my brush is really clean. Now at this point, you may need to go change your water. You decide. Okay, so I'm gonna add a touch of blue in here, remembering how weak yellow is. And I wanted to do green first, but do you guys agree that's a nice yellow green? So I'm gonna go ahead and do yellow green. Okay? And then I can add some more blue to it and get to green. In fact, that might even be a better yellow green. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. Okay, tell me, do you think I'm green? Or do I need more blue? No? Think I'm green? Yeah, I think that's green. So then I would go to blue-green. And I think I'm already there. Let's see. Maybe a touch more blue. Yeah, I think that is blue-green, but I think for this color scale, I think it needs more blue. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so there I have my blue-green. All right, now it's time for violet. I'm gonna go ahead and mix violet in the middle because I've kind of used my spaces here. So remember, red is very strong. So violet is tricky. And violet, a lot of times when you mix it on the palette, you can't tell for sure. So I need to put it on here and see. And it's not mixed up enough. And the blue that you guys are using is very light blue, so it's gonna make everything look like a little tinted, but that's okay. I'm gonna see what you guys think. Is that violet or blue violet? What do you think? What do I do? Vanessa, what do you think?
I think it's a little blue.
Okay. Well then, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and put it here for blue violet. Okay? And then I'm gonna add some more red. And I'm going for violet. Violet's tricky, it's the trickiest one. Too red?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that down for red violet. Go ahead and paint that all in. Now I'm gonna try again on this violet. I'm gonna add some blue to it. I may have it. I think it needs a little more blue. But I'm getting really close, so I don't want to add a lot, right? And I think it may be there. I think I got it. Okay? All right, so it's tricky. Ask a friend, and you guys work together and work it out, and your violets will be very close together. And that's the trickiest one if you want to save that one for last, or if you're feeling bold and you want to do it first. Okay? So that's all I'm going to show you for today is the color wheel. So when you are done, you're going to bag up your paint. And if you are done for the day and you're not going to use your palette again, do not bag it up, okay? Well, no, actually bag it up. I'm gonna show you cleaning palettes another day. All right, so this one is for your brushes. So you're gonna come on over here and dump your water right in the drain. And then you're gonna run water and use your hands to clean your brushes. You're gonna make sure you get all of it out. And then at the end, after you're done cleaning it, you're gonna go like this and bring your brush to a point, okay? Then you're gonna bag it and everything will go into your locker. And my suggestion is you take your brushes, put them on top of your palette. That way, if your neighbor comes in and puts their palette on, there'll be a brush in between. Or even if you want to put something a piece of paper or something on there. Then, up there, underneath the mirror, I have drying racks. If you guys sit over here, use those drying racks. If you sit on this side of the room, I have drying racks right over here. There's one up here, and there's one down here. Now, do you see why I wanted you to put your names on the ends? So then you can just come and look and find it, okay? All right, then, here's the last thing. After you put everything away, chances are you are as messy a painter as I am. So, this is the final thing you need to do. Grab a spray, hey, Tomas, can you grab me a spray bottle over there?
Which one?
The one that has some in it. Yeah. Okay, now I need for you to spray off your tables, because if you don't get this paint off right away, we just have to scrape it off. And I don't like scraping the tables because I think it kind of ruins them. So get all the paint off the table. And then the nice thing is, not only are you getting your paint off the table, but isn't this kind of the season where everybody's getting sick?
No.
This is antibacterial, and so when you wipe off your table, you're wiping off your germs for the next person, which is thoughtful, right? Yeah? Okay. If, you can go ahead and stop.